Hello and welcome to my first video blog hop for Altenew's Bold and Beautiful release. I'm going to be focusing on the Precious Doodles Stamp Set from this release. This was a card that I had made for the blog hop release, and it inspired me to create another card using the same technique. It's called an embossed resist, or also known as the Jacob's coat technique. I'll have a full list of the supplies I used in the video details below for you. I start off by covering my base card with the lightest ink in random spots. And then I just keep on covering the card base with a darker ink each time, not being particularly careful because it's a very forgiving technique. I know what you're thinking, it's a hot mess. But don't panic, all will be revealed soon. Now we move on to stamping some lined images from the stamp set. And this is why I think Precious Doodles is such a great stamp set for this technique. Normally, you would just clear emboss a solid image, but with this stamp set, we're able to put some detail in. I'm using the obsidian black pigment ink for my outlines, so I will have to heat set these images before I move on to the next step. I move my card base around so that the images go over the edge to create my background. And then just fill up some gaps with some of the smaller leaf images. Now we're ready to start the embossing part of the technique. First, dust your base with an anti-static tool. Here I'm finding a section of the solid stamp that I will line up with the stamped image. I go through and stamp each one individually. You could make this quicker and stamp a few at a time if you want to. Once you have clear embossed all of the images, you are ready to start inking over the complete cardstock. And this is where I use a pigment ink. This is the mixed media pigment ink that Altenew's brought out in Sapphire. I think it's a great colour to go over this particular base that I have done. Now that the card base is completely covered, you take a cloth or a paper towel and wipe off the excess ink. Now, I wanted a darker background, so I just repeated the process again. Okay, now we can start creating our card. Using the Fine Frames Diamond die set, I cut one of these images. And then take the next smaller diamond frame to do the next step. And now I have a small border that I will have on our card. Okay, and now we need to have some sentiments. I'm going to use the One Go birthday greeting stamp, which was just released as well, and just doing that with the black pigment ink and using our anti-static tool to get it ready for embossing. I love that with this set you're able to have a whole heap of different shapes instead of just all being little rectangles. The die set all comes in one complete piece and it does a great job. Okay, let's start constructing our card. First of all, I use some liquid adhesive. I find lining things up in my score pal helps when everything is the same size as the actual card base. So I use it quite often. I cut two more to build up my centerpiece, as well as using a small gold cardstock for the fine edge. I have chosen 3 sentiment strips for my card and stacked them with 2 additional scrap pieces of cardstock for added dimension. And I will finish off our card with some sequin pieces. And it's at this point that I realise that I'd accidentally put the base piece in upside down. And I sort of thought, oh, that wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but it doesn't actually affect the look of the card. It is something that you keep in mind when you are doing this actual technique, if you wanted to keep it all looking as one piece and just that small fine white border around it. And that's our finished card. I hope you're inspired to have a go at trying this technique. Thanks for watching.